What is up, Cool Kids Club? This is Joey here with Youngster Joey videos, and we are going to do our best today to beat Pokemon Blue with only a Rattata. Can it be done? Well, yeah, probably. But how hard is it going to be? I don't know. Let's just see. We are just going to start this game off. It's going to be starting off just like a normal game in just 1 second. New game! There's Professor Oak in all of his glory, looking good today. What's that? It's a Metapod? What? This world is created by Pokemon? What? There are creatures in this world? What? I'm sorry, I won't act like this the whole time, but there's not a whole lot going on right now. I'm just making my name. My name is Joey. They call me Youngster Joey, or just Joey. Joey starts with a J. Sometimes I forget that. Again, my name is Joey. I'm going to name my rival Lionty. If you haven't ever heard of Lionty, you should follow him at LiontyDeath on Twitter, or just search Lionty on the YouTube. He's awesome. Again, he's my rival just because I wanted him to be. Lionty's the meanest person I know, so I thought, why not make him my rival? Like I said, the game's going to start in just a second. It's going to kind of start off like a normal playthrough. Nothing too crazy. It's just going to be us grabbing a Rattata. I did use a randomizer to get Rattata as our starter, and it's about the only thing I changed in the randomizer. I also made fastest text, just because it's a little bit faster. But again, that's it. I didn't randomize any of the names or any of the Pokemon or anything like that. Again, just got a random Rattata as our starter. If you're curious why we're starting with Rattata as opposed to anything else, it's because my name's Youngster Joey. And if you're not familiar with the Youngster Joey lore, Youngster Joey is all about those Rattatas. It's about that Rattata life. And here we go, just about to pick up that there Rattata that I promised. I just gotta talk to Oak 7 times. I'm real slow sometimes about grabbing things. Rattata, the rat Pokemon. My Rattata is named Emily. She doesn't look like a rat at all. She looks like a cute little mouse. She's beautiful inside and out. You can see how bad I am at spelling sometimes and putting in the words. There's Lionty walking with a strut, being a jerk, grabbing the Squirtle. Little does he know that we're about to kick his Squirtle's ass. That Squirtle's gonna get its butt beat. Yeah, I stood here for a minute because I didn't know that I was supposed to move for him to battle me. I was just thinking the battle started automatically. It's all good. It's starting here now. Again, we're going to have a big jump in a minute. Don't think we're going to watch the entire playthrough this slow, but I just wanted to get us all started on the same page. See us grab our starter, Emily, see our rival battle, and everything like that. Again, then we'll just kind of start jumping through the playthrough. No, I was really expecting to lose this first battle, I'm not going to lie, but it was actually really easy. We got stab, tackle, and obviously we don't normally have a stab move this early. So again, it was a really easy first rival battle. Hopefully this will be a good sign of things to come. And again, we leave there and we just start heading up to grab Oak's parcel. Nothing too crazy. We're up in the first city, walking in. Yo, you're from Palatown. I am from Palatown. Give me that parcel so I can go get my Pokedex. And then again, nothing really happened until we got to Brock. This is without a whole lot of grinding. I just went ahead and took on Brock to see what would happen. Our Rattata is level 14. That's where we get the move Hyper Fang. And again, I just kind of wanted to see if we could take him on now or how much we needed to grind. Again, I basically just did the normal playthrough. Nothing too crazy trying to grind. One thing I haven't mentioned is that we're not going to use any items in battle. Again, we're only going to use a Rattata, and we're not going to use any items in battle. We're going to see how hard this is. Again, Geodude used a couple defense curls, which could be a good thing. Again, it slowed down, or made us so we took more Hyper Fangs, but also, again, Geodude can hit pretty hard with his tackles, as you guys saw already. So, again, him not using tackles is generally a good thing. And we did beat the Geodude with about half our health remaining, and I'm thinking, wait, maybe I can do this first try. Again, I was planning on having to go grind in the Viridian Forest a couple times, or for a little while. I was just kind of seeing how it was the first time. Onyx used Bide, which is great for us. I used Tail Whip so that he won't unleash energy on us, and then now my Hyper Fang is going to do a lot more damage. And then again, luckily he does Screech, which again was a little frightening because obviously that's going to lower my defense, but it didn't do much. He never actually ended up attacking me again. So I just spam Hyper Fang, and this battle is over after, again, the Bide and the 2 more Tail Whips. Again, Bide is exactly what I want Onyx to do. Again, it just makes it so he can't really hurt me at all, as long as I'm paying attention. And we got the Boulder Badge the very first try without having to do any real grinding. And I'm starting to think right here, whoa, this might actually be a doable playthrough. Again, I knew it was technically possible, but I was expecting to have to be level like 40 for the first gym and have to be level 100 for the Elite Four. Again, we've only had one gym so far. But again, I'm starting to think this is doable, and Brock gives me a TM, not a TM that I really need. Again, I don't use Bide for anything, and we just kind of start going off to the rock tunnel. Now this is real important. I put this in here for a reason. We just got the water gun TM, and now look at this. Emily can learn it, so we no longer have to worry about rock types the rest of the game, or ground types. Again, we got through that first gym bat, maybe with some little bit of luck, but now we have water gun, and we can take on any rock type the rest of the game, no problem. In fact, here's an example of us finding an optional trainer just for some experience, but also because I wanted to show off how powerful water gun is on my cute little Emily. Again, Emily actually has a really good moveset by the end of the game. You'll start to see there are a lot of TMs that she can learn. Again, I was kind of worried because her actual learn set is pretty bad. Like, Hyper Fang's the only good move she learns, and she can't learn Strength, the HM, which, again, is a little bit bad. But, again, she can learn some really good TMs, including Water Gun, that we got to use off early. Again, if you've ever seen Pokemon Red or Blue speed runs, a lot of times the Nidorino will learn Water Gun as well. So again, I knew that water gun was there, so as soon as I saw that she could learn it, I was stoked. Again, I knew we wouldn't have to worry about rock-type Pokemon for the rest of the thing. Now this, you were seeing for the first time, Emily is trying to evolve. She's going to be doing that quite a lot. There's about a lot of times where I had to stop her from evolving, and it's a little frustrating. I really wish there was Everstones in this game, but as you know, people don't hold items. Our Pokemon do not hold items in the game. We are fighting our next rival battle. Again, we're just kind of skipping ahead to the next major event. Again, I was a little worried here. We're not super over level. We're level 22, so we're kind of over level, but not a whole lot. But we're just going to kind of see how it goes. We use a Hyper Fang and kill Pidgeotto. That's what I'm talking about. Again, I always like to kill things early. Abra obviously only knows Absorbs. This one's super easy. That's why I went ahead and did Quick Attack just to save my PP for Hyper Fang, but it ended up one-shotting just the same. Then he sends out his Rattata. That's nowhere near as strong as my Rattata, although he does get a Quick Attack off. Really kind of is a pain in the butt, but it's all good. And a Hyper Fang kills his Rattata. Again, Emily is elite. His Rattata is a poser. And then I just try using Hyper Fang against a Squirtle, but unfortunately I miss. Oh no, am I going to be able to beat this Squirtle? Am I going to be able to do it? It doesn't look like I am. Am I going to? Am I going to? Yeah, it was fine. Again, we're really not having any major issues so far. Again, I don't think we have a single death going into Misty. Again, did Nugget Bridge, no big deal. Went up, saw build. Now we're fighting Misty. This is our first attempt on Misty. Can we stay deathless through this run? Again, is Rattata more powerful than people give her credit for? Rattata, the best Pokemon? Mine is a top percentage Rattata, but still, I didn't expect to be able to get through it this easily. Let's see, Emily uses Hyper Fang on Starmie. Doesn't quite do as much damage as we might have hoped, but still does some good damage. Bubble Beam, unfortunately, does a lot of damage back on us, but no huge deal. Oh no, the Starmie outsped, and we have our first death. But that's okay, this isn't a Nuzlocke. I just reset the game, and we can start all over again. Again, I did throw out Mark just because he's on there. Again, I just grabbed him so he could fly. And again, just kind of sped up so we could get blacked out and restart against Misty. We're going to try again, see how it goes. Again, I didn't go out and grind or do anything different. Again, I know I could, anytime I start struggling, just obviously get like 10 more levels, but I'm trying to just get through the game without doing heavy grinding. We're already going to be a little over leveled since we're not really sharing the experience points. So again, I just try to go again without grinding, without changing my strategy, just Hyper Fang to the face, see what happens next, see if it will be a little different this time. This time again, I get Hyper Fang does about half damage, which is pretty good. Starmie uses Bubble Beam again, but this time my speed does not get lowered. I'm still outspeeding. can kill the Starmie, no big deal. We now have 2 badges, 1 death, and we are going through. It's starting again to look like Rattata can get through this game all by herself. I don't need any other Pokemon, except, you know, for HMs. While we were in Mount Moon, I didn't mention it, but we did go ahead and grab a Paris for cut, and I mentioned it also. We got Mark Blue, the Pidgey for Fly. We'll use both those later. Now, Emily is just about to learn Bubble Beam. Again, we no longer need Water Gun. We got the Bubble Beam TM. Again, a better move, and another move that she's able to learn. So we're going to save, and then just keep on going. We're going to go fight this Rocket Grunt. And boom, we got TM28. That's the TM for Dig. And what you know, Emily can learn that as well. Will make fighting Lieutenant Surge much easier. Again, we have a really good moveset going into the SSN and all of that with our next rival battle. We're going to get rid of Tail Whip, and we will be ready to go. And again, here's our rival battle within the SSN. Again, I haven't had too many issues with the rival so far. We've beaten them twice. We did skip the optional rival battle before going to the Viridian Forest. I kind of just forgot about it, to be honest, but it's all good. We didn't need that experience points. So again, he sends out his Pidgeotto, the same thing he's been doing, and I'm just going to go ahead and do Hyper Fang and see what happens. One shot, that's what I'm talking about. Again, Emily is a little over-leveled. Again, I haven't really been grinding her, haven't been trying to get her over-leveled, but again, she's just not sharing any experience points, and there's a lot of trainer battles. Again, I start skipping trainer battles in the future just because I want to try to stay pretty low-leveled, but I've been kind of hitting as most battles as I can. I don't think I've fought anybody inside the SSN except the rival, because again, I was trying to stay as low level as possible. Because I don't want this to get too easy, and I know I can just get to level 80 and this game would be super easy, but I'm trying to keep somewhat of a challenge. But even with me not attempting to grind, I'm still a little over leveled and got through the rival battle without too many issues. And then, what? Emily's evolving? Again, this happens a lot. I got used to it. It was very frustrating. There were plenty of times where I accidentally evolved her and had to go back in time and redo something. But again, I went ahead and saved here because again, I didn't want to have to rebattle the rival if I forgot to not let Rattata evolve or anything like that. We get our HM for cut. We rub this man's back, kind of creepy, but it's a fun time. And then we're about to take on Lieutenant Surge. Well, first we have to teach cut to somebody, and again, that's why we got Paris, aka Monkey Ray, in Mount Moon so that we could have a Cutmon. Again, Emily cannot learn any HMs, so we needed a couple Mons, and also her moveset is pretty good, so I don't want to ruin it with HMs. So then, again, we took on Lieutenant Surge. It took me an embarrassing long time to get through the puzzle for Lieutenant Surge. I didn't want to add it in there. We got a long enough video as it is, but I think it took me about 10 tries to get past the puzzle for Lieutenant Surge. Again, it's a little frustrating, but I got through it, no big deal. Again, we got Dig, and that's all we gotta really basically do. We're just gonna use Dig every time and see what happens. Again, Voltorb, dead. Pikachu, about to be dead. Again, super easy, super fun. Dig to the face. Again, I don't know why they give you Dig right before they take you to Lieutenant Surge. Well, I guess I do know why, because they want to make it super easy. And again, Emily has a really good moveset right now. She's got Hyper Fang, Dig, and Bubble Beam. And again, she can basically kill just about anything with just those 3 moves. Again, it really works out for her. And then we beat Lieutenant Surge, and Lieutenant Surge actually gave us the TM for Thunderbolt, so we're able to teach that to Emily as well. And then again, that's basically going to be her moveset for most of the rest of the game. When I do change her moveset in the future, I'll make sure I show you that as well. But again, those 4 moves, again, now we really can kill everything, even all the way till we stop the game. We have basically the same 4 moves. We change one more move in the future, but not for a really long time. Okay, then we go to Rock Tunnel. I do not like Rock Tunnel. It's very dark. I may or may not have cheated and looked up a way to get through Rock Tunnel. I don't remember. But look, we're out. That was easy. So we are now out of Rock Tunnel, and we are going to take on the Rocket Grunt to get the lift key. We went into the game corner, And what? Oh, wait, you didn't drop it. There we go. He dropped the lift key. I picked up the lift key, and we are going on and fighting Giovanni. Again, we're kind of skipping a lot just because there wasn't any major trainers other than Giovanni in the game corner. And even Giovanni, you'll see in a minute, really wasn't too big of an issue. He throws out Onyx, and we just Bubble Beam. And it really, again, there's not a whole lot Onyx can do against our Bubble Beam. Like I said a couple times now, Emily actually has a really good moveset, and Rattata has better base stats than I thought. So again, this is the top percentage Rattata, great IVs and EVs, I am sure. Or I guess IVs and DVs, or DVs and EVs. I don't really know what it is in Gen 1. But again, Emily had no problem taking out that Onyx, and the Kangaskhan is also Bapu Beep finished with a Hyper Fang or 2. And then again, we are finished with the game corner in just a sec. Took a few more Hyper Fangs than I remember, but that's okay. Again, Emily's just trying to pace herself. In fact, we even ran out of PP and had to take it out on Thunderbolt, but that's okay. That's why we have good moves. And again, we beat Giovanni, no real issues. And then we go to see our next gym. We're trying to get the 4th gym badge here, just south of where we just were in the game corner. We're going to see how this one goes. Again, Erica shouldn't be too big an issue. One thing, I did forget that ground is super effective against poison, so I don't use dig very much in this gym battle. Again, that's okay. I'm just not very good at Pokemon. And again, Gen 1 Wrap is a little bit OP, so hopefully we'll still get through this, no major issues, but again, I'm not making any promises. Again, Emily is starting to be a little less over leveled, again, still 10 levels over Victory Bell, so, or 11 levels, so still got a good buffer between them, but again, not super high level. And again, she'll soon be a little bit more on par with levels. Again, I did my best not to get over leveled, it just kind of didn't work that well. Again, Tangle is just pure grass type, so even if I had remembered the whole poison thing, it wouldn't have helped too much. Again, more Gen 1 bind and wrap, very broken, very annoying. I ran out of Hyper Fangs basically because I just stopped healing. Because again, I was getting through this a little too easily, and I was a little frustrated. I was like, I thought this would be more of a challenge. Don't worry if you stick with it, stick with this video, it gets to be very challenging very soon. Don't worry. Again, it's not just me going through everything without any issues. In fact, look at all that damage that Vileplume just did. All of a sudden, we're starting to have a game out of this, and Vileplume kills my Emily. Now that's 2 deaths on the board. That's not a huge deal. Again, I expected a lot more than that at this point, but we're going to try again, see if we can take Erica on the second try again. I didn't do anything different, really. I didn't want to get over leveled, like I said earlier. I just kind of wanted to try again. I did run back and heal to get some better, or my PP fixed, and then other than that, we just kind of took it on. Again, another wrap. Again, more brokenness, more Gen 1 exploits, but again, no big deal this time, hopefully. Again, got out of it pretty quickly. Hyper Fang, Victory Bell is Bapu Beep finished, and Emily grows to level 41 once again like she did the last time, and Hyper Fang again does a little bit more damage this time to Tangela. Constrict again, very annoying, but we kind of get through it. Hyper Fang and Tangela is dead. We go into Vileplume with a pretty much full health. See if we can get through it this time without her really taking us out and everything. Again, Petal Dance is very annoying. That's what she did last time that took us out, but ends up not taking us out quite this time. We're able to use Hyper Fang and kill Vileplume. No real issue. And again, we have our 4th gym badge, and Emily is trying to evolve once again. She doesn't realize she wants to stay at Rattata. We go up here, grab the HM for Fly, and teach it to Mark Blue, our flying Pokemon. Again, a Pidgey that we caught right at the beginning of the game. I just kind of didn't show it. Mark Blue, learn Fly! And where are we going to fly off to? Where do you think? Right in Celadon City. I just didn't feel like walking that far. And we're going to go up the top, grab some fresh water to give to the guard. We got a little weird noise. That vending machine's very loud, but we got the fresh water. Oh, and we're also going to grab the Eevee. Not because we need her, but because I want her. You'll be able to see what we named the Eevee in just a second. It's a pretty cute name for a very cute, very cute Pokemon, but also a very cute puppy. I named the Eevee Kyrie after my puppy. She's wonderful. I love her very much. Again, we're not going to use Kyrie at all. Kyrie doesn't learn any HM that's useful. Again, we just have her. I also misspelled her at the moment, but it's okay. Then we go into Lavender Tower to take on the rival once more. And again, Emily this time has Thunderbolt, and she does use it against the Pidgeotto. And again, one-shot the Pidgeotto. It's good to one-shot the Pidgeotto when we can. I mean, obviously just because it's good to one-shot things, but also because Pidgeotto does have Sand Attack and can be a little bit of a pain because of that. Next we got, again, Growlithe died, no issue, and Execute. Again, no real issues. It's a Hyper Fang, and it's dead. Again, this one we were really a lot over leveled for. Again, I know you can take on the rival in Lavender Tower before you do the Rocket Game Corner and all that kind of stuff. I just didn't. So we came to this a little bit late, and therefore we're a little bit over leveled. So we didn't have any issues at all. I don't think, yeah, we didn't take any damage at all. But that's okay. Taking damage is overrated. That's what I always say. Emily grows to level 42. And again, we're just going to kind of go through. We did have a little bit of issues with the channelers and everything, because again, I forgot that ground is super effective against poison. So I used Thunderbolt most of the time going against the Ghost, and it was a little bit of an issue. But again, I didn't die or anything, I didn't try to use any items in battle. It's just, again, I wasn't quite one-shotting everything because I wasn't using Hyper Fang or anything. And Thunderbolt was not super effective. Again, Marowak, no issue at all. We just do Bubble Beam, do a lot of damage, Bubble Beam again, and it's finished. And again, we're going to go upstairs, take on some Rocket Grunts, and talk to Mount Fuji, or Mr. Fuji, my bad. And then we got the Poke Flute from Mr. Fuji, and we're going to go wake up a Snorlax. Here we go, waking it up. Get out of here, Snorlax. It's time to go to work. Wake up, you need to make money. And we got rid of him. And now we're just going to go slowly down the bike path. Again, I kind of just left this in here to show you guys. I really am doing my best not to battle anybody. I went all the way to the left. I'm skipping all the battles. I don't want to be over leveled. But at the same time, I kind of am, even with me trying to skip so many trainer battles. But again, it's okay. Hopefully you're still enjoying watching this. Again, it does get really difficult eventually, I promise. You just gotta hold on to it, or you can skip to the end. Okay, so we get to the next town. We grab the gold teeth in the Safari Zone. Then we start walking over. We grab the HM for Surf, and again, we are done with the Safari Zone with only one step to spare. Again, I did not do a very good job. I try to teach Surf to somebody. I can't, so never mind. And then I go grab the HM for Strength from the Warden. And again, I really assumed I could teach it to Eevee. That was actually why I got Kyrie. But it's okay, I couldn't. So again, Kyrie's just on our team to be cute. And I get out of there. Now, because I did need Amon to teach Strength to, I went ahead and came up here in the Fighting Dojo. I also assumed the Fighting Dojo would be difficult. You can see as I'm going through it, I'm going to save a lot. Again, we're playing Fighting type Pokemon. We're not that over leveled for them. Again, they're about level 35. We're about level 42, I think. But again, we get to the first guy. I'll go ahead and tell you without too many issues. Yeah, again, Emily's a little over leveled, even with me missing all the trainer battles. But again, I just use a Hyper Fang just about every battle. Trying to take on the first black belt. Again, these guys are fighting types, and I assumed there'd be some major issues. There weren't. We got through this first guy. Again, I used Bubble Beam just to kind of save my PP. And also, Hyper Fang can miss. It hasn't really come up too much in any major battles so far, but again, it can miss, and it does end up coming back to bite me at least a little bit. And then we are starting with the second black belt, and again, same basic strategy. We're going to send out Emily, we're going to do a Hyper Fang, and see what happens. Look, we one-shot the next Machop. Again, Even with the Machoke, we just kind of do the same thing. Hyper Fang, see what happens, and it's almost dead in one shot. Again, Emily is just too good, too strong. Emily is the best Rattata, and because of that, we just don't have any issues, even against fighting types. Again, I'm saving every time. I'm expecting to have some issues. I'm expecting to run in. We'll just see what happens in the next one. Again, Emily is pretty darn strong. Can we get through without any major problems? Can we get through this whole fighting dojo without taking any damage? Maybe. We'll just see. We'll see what happens. Again, Emily's pretty good, but I don't know if she's that good. I don't know if she's that good. Again, a level 36 primate, what happens? Hyper Fang does almost all damage, and again, these guys don't do super effective moves. They see a little normal type Emily, and they're like, no, I don't need to use a fighting type move. I'm just gonna do a Leer. We get through the next one. This time I didn't even try to save. I'm like, not an issue at all. I'm gonna destroy this guy. I haven't taken any damage. What could possibly go wrong? Normally when I get cocky, something bad goes wrong, but hopefully it won't this time. Sends out a Makey. I send out my Rattata. I do a Hyper Fang, and dead. Again, Emily is just too darn good. Sends out another Makey. I send out my Rattata, another Hyper Fang, and another dead Makey. Get these fighting types out of here. Normal is way better. Rattata is way better. Primate. Oh no, I miss. Again, Hyper Fang does miss sometimes, but still no damage taken. We get through the 4 black belts, no damage at all. We're just gonna go take on the King Dojo Fighter Man, again, the leader of the fighting dojo. See if we can get through him as well. Again, he is a karate master, but is his Pokemon, or are his Pokemon strong enough to take us out? Well, he's got 2 of them, a Hitmonlee and a Hitmonchan, a little bit higher level. But again, we got a couple levels by facing those other guys. And Hyper Fang, again, almost one-shots the Hitmonlee. Again, a very powerful move. And it's the same base power strength of 80. Again, just a little less accurate. But again, Hyper Fang really throughout the entire game does a great job. And again, we do the Hitmonchan as well. Almost one-shot hit. Comet Punch, so we do unfortunately take some damage, but that's okay. Again, this was not trying to necessarily get through here without any damage. I was just trying to go against a challenge of some fighting types and get my Strength Mon, and obviously neither of those happened. I did get my Strength Mon, but I do not see a challenge, unfortunately. Again, Emily is just too good, and once again is just trying to evolve. She doesn't understand that once she turns Eradicate, she's not near as cute. She's beautiful inside and out as a Rattata. Why would she want to evolve? I look to see, do I want to Hitmonlee this kicking Mon? No, get the shit out of here. I do not need a Hitmonlee. Give me a Hitmonchan, Jackie Chan all the way. The punching, fighting girl. And I do name this Hitmonchan after Joy657. I know she's a water type gym leader, and she only loves the water types. But she's also a battle girl in Showdown, and I thought it was more fitting for her than it would be for anyone else. So again, our Strength Mon is now Joy657, the Hitmonchan, and again, she's wonderful. Perfectly able to use Strength, and we get out of there. We go take on our rival in the Silphco. Again, it took me a minute longer than I meant to get through Silphco. I ended up battling a few more trainers than I meant to just because I got a little lost. So we're a little bit, we leveled up a little bit on the way. But again, the rival battle should still be a little tricky. Again, I think we got 2 or 3 levels in the Silphco. And again, we did a Thunderbolt to take out the Pidgeot, or at least to try and take him out. And again, we can't quite take him out in one shot, but that's okay. We take him out in 2. Don't take too much damage. It's all good. Emily is super strong. She doesn't take any damage, basically. And then we do a Bubble Beam. I learned later that Dig probably would have done more damage against the Growlithe. And again, I do kind of change my strategy a little bit. Because again, Emily is a physical attacker. So and Bubble Beam and Dig have the same base power. So unless Bubble Beam is going to be like quad super effective, I do start using Dig a lot more than Bubble Beam. But again, it takes me a while to remember all the rules and what's good. Again, I'm not very good at Pokemon. I just love my Rattata and let her do all the real work. Again, Alakazam this time is going to give us a little bit of trouble. Again, in the past, and we had an Abra, no issue at all. Kadabra, we one-shot. Now Alakazam is faster than us, but we're still able to one-shot it, luckily. But again, it did do a good bit of damage and made it so a little scary when we're taking on the Blastoise. Again, Water Gun does a lot back as well. And then Emily's fully paralyzed. What? Are we going to be able to do it? No, unfortunately, we cannot. Again, that is another death. We're just going to try that again because I do not like seeing a dead Emily. I do not like it at all. I want to see a dead Lionty. Let's murder this man and all his Pokemon. Let's make him go to Lavender Tower once again. Sorry, it's a little dark. But again, Pidgeot comes out. We use Thunderbolt once again. This time, again, doing quite a bit of damage. Just trying to get rid of all of his Mons before Emily takes too much damage again. Because when she goes out against the Blastoise, she needs to have as much health as possible. So we send out the Growlithe, and again, I did Dig this time instead of Bubble Beam. I thought about it. I was like, ooh, wait, Dig would probably do more. We are able to one-shot the Growlithe, which again helps us with our health a little bit. Execute comes out again. We do Hyper Fang, so the only real good move against her right now. And then we got a Flinch off, which really helped out, and we killed. Again, we're going against the Alakazam with almost full health. Let's see how it goes this time. Hyper Fang and crit. That's what I'm talking about. It's dead. And we go into Blastoise again, almost full health. Totally not a problem this time. We're not paralyzed like last time. We go in, no issues whatsoever. And again, the Blastoise, we do 2 Thunderbolts and it's dead. No problem. Get out of here, Lionty. You're not as good as Emily and I. Emily did just get to level 50. You will see, again, she starts leveling up a lot more slowly coming up soon, because, again, we just stopped facing trainers. For the rest of the thing, I'm basically just fighting Elite Four, or just fighting gym leaders. So, again, he says, don't sweat it. And then we get our last Pokemon of the run. We're going to grab the Lapras. Again, we caught 2 Mons early, but the rest of the Mons on our team are Gift Mons. Again, we caught a Pidgey and a Paris. Again, Pidgey for Fly, Paris for Cut. We did obviously not use them. We got Jonas the Lapras. Jonas loves Laprases, and we needed to make him swim for us. Again, we could have named the Lapras Joy instead of Hitmonchan, but I just know Jonas loves Laprases, so we had to save the Lapras for Jonas. We teach Jonas Surf, and now we are good to go. We're going to take on Giovanni for the second to last time, again up at the top of the Silphco. We're going to beat him and then grab our Master Ball. Although we don't really need a Master Ball for much, so I might just end up tossing it, but that's okay. So we got Emily again against the Nidorino. We use Hyper Fang because why would we waste one of our Bubble Beams? That's not a ground type. So again, Hyper Fang and Nidorino is Bubble Beam finished. No big deal. Emily is just too strong. Again, Hyper Fang against the Kangaskhan as well. Unfortunately not able to one-shot, but can do enough damage where a Dig should be able to take it out. And it does. Okay, and then after that, we have a Rhyhorn, and again, we use Bubble Beam because it is super effective and gonna do quite a bit of damage. In fact, it even one-shots it. That's what I'm talking about. Again, Emily is just so strong. And a Bubble Beam against the Nidoqueen, and we're almost finished with this battle. It didn't quite do as much damage we were hoping for, but still, again, does a good bit. Again, Nidoqueen, again, it's super effective and a pretty good move. Now, the Body Slam does do a lot of damage against Emily, and she's poisoned, so if we were to miss that Bubble Beam, it would have been a KO. But we didn't. Thankfully, I don't believe we saw any Gen 1 misses throughout the entire run, and we got through no issue. And again, Emily's trying to evolve, but we said no ma'am! We get out of there, we grab our Master Ball, we take on Koga. Again, I think we're the same level to face Koga as we were facing Giovanni. And let's see if we have any issues here. Again, at level 51, Emily shouldn't have any issues. She's super strong. We use Hyper Fang, and then Sludge, again, does a decent bit of damage against us. Actually, kind of a lot of damage because of that critical hit. And even worse, it gives us the poison, but we do get Coughing Finish, but we're poisoned at the very beginning. That's going to make it difficult to get through this entire battle. Again, we just keep on using Hyper Fangs. Again, I didn't think about the fact that ground is super effective against poison type. I was just like, Hyper Fang, that's stab, that'll do a lot of damage, let's do it. And again, the poison's really starting to damage us a good bit. Luckily, Muck didn't really attack us at all. So we got through him pretty easily. And then Coughing comes out next, and another Hyper Fang. Again, why worry about Dig? Why worry about super effective moves? Let's just stick to stab. Forget Dig. Because I sure did. And again, the smoke screen does unfortunately make us miss, and then the poison, and again, we're not doing great. Hyper Fang comes out and kills the Coughing, but we're down to 61 health. Can we get through it? We use a Dig, not because it's super effective, but because I want to miss a explosion, because I do know Weezing likes to explode. Unfortunately, I do not miss it. He uses self-destruct, and Emily is dead. So we failed this one. Technically, we kind of won it, but I didn't count it. So I went ahead and made us face off again. Because Emily didn't survive. So we didn't really win, even though the game thought we won. So I reset, and we went back to fight Kogo once more. This time, I realized, again, that Dig is super effective. So I started using that. We go in, we one-shot Muck, no issues whatsoever. Again, we have full health still, right before we're about to take on the last Coughing before the final Weezing. Again, Dig, kill it, no issue. Okay, so the Weezing comes out again, and I'm still worried about self-destruct, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I'm just going to do my best to kill it before it gets a chance. I use Dig, don't quite kill it, unfortunately. Luckily he uses Smog instead of self-destruct. I get back in the ground, and then I murder this Weezing. Get out of here, Weezing, you suck. And then we have beaten Koga and gotten our next gym badge. We are only 3 gym badges away. We go through the little puzzle and take on Sabrina. Again, we saved because I'm a little worried. Again, I don't want to lose. I don't want Emily to die. I don't like it when Emily dies, but sometimes it happens. So we start the battle against Sabrina, and we are going to take her on. We're going to have no issues, I am sure. Emily is super strong, strongest girl I've ever seen. Sabrina wants to fight. Let's fight her. I don't know why she has a whip, but she does, and I'm okay with it. That's what I like. I like whips. Whips make me happy. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but whips and chains excite me. So she sends out her Kadabra, and Emily is ready to go, and again, just uses a Hyper Fang. Again, no real issue. Again, in future generations, Emily does learn Bite, but obviously Bite is not dark in this move, or this generation. She also doesn't learn it. So again, she's going to use Hyper Fang against all these Psychic types and see what happens. Again, Venomoth is a poison type, and I just learned about ground being super effective against poison, so I try it out. I see if it's gonna work, and it does a good bit of damage, so I'm not too upset. But unfortunately, Venomoth does get a chance to do a Psybeam. Not too much damage, but it does get the confusion off. Oh no, what's gonna happen? I go back in the ground. It was a bad decision, and I get hurt by confusion, and then I get paralyzed. This is not good. I start, forget Dig, I'm gonna use Hyper Fang. Oh, and she pulls off another Psybeam. This is not looking good. I'm confused, and I hurt myself in confusion. Oh no! And then it was Psybeam. Please live, Emily, please live, Emily! And she does on 3 health, and she hits herself in confusion. So let's try this again. Okay. We try again. We're not going to get confused this time. We're not going to get paralyzed. We're not going to lose this time. We can do it. I've lost track of the deaths, but it's okay. So, Hyper Fang again against Kadabra. No huge issue. One shot. Get out of here, Kadabra. You suck. Mr. Mime, same basic idea. Hyper Fang, get out of here. Oh no, we miss. It's okay. Light screen effects, special attacks. We're not using any special attacks. We missed 2 Hyper Fangs in a row, which is a little bit of a pain, but no huge issue. Again, then Venomoth comes out. We've learned our lesson. We just go ahead and do Hyper Fang. We're like, forget Dig. I don't want to deal with that garbage. And then he uses Leech Life instead of Psybeam, luckily, so we do not get confused. Kill the Venomoth, no big issue. Alakazam comes out. Again, a very fast Mon, but we still outspeed because of our level boost, or our level advantage, and we actually are able to one-shot, no big issue. And we get our badge from Sabrina on the second try, and we are finished. That's 6 badges. We go and grab TM14 inside of the burning, or the Haunted Mansion or whatever. It's the only real thing that happened in there. I just wanted to show it. TM14 is for Blizzard. We're not going to teach it to Emily now, but we will teach it to her later. Again, right now her moveset's going to stay the same, but it does come in handy later. We're going to grab the secret key, and then we are finished. We're there, and we're just going to go ahead and take on Blaine. Again, we're mainly just going to use Bubble Beam and Dig, and use that to take him out. Again, didn't have any major issues with him, at least not with the trainers in his gym. Again, we use Bubble Beam against everybody in his gym, but we're going to go ahead and use Dig against him because, you know, he's a little bit better than the people in his gym. Again, he sends out a Growlithe, no issue. Ponyta, we use Dig just the same, and once again, no real issue. Next comes out a Rapidash. We're going to see if we can take this one out in one hit as well. Again, Rapidash is a pretty good Pokemon. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah, we can. We're pretty great. Emily's the strongest girl I've ever seen. And Emily grew to level 55. Again, without any real grinding, got to level 55 after the 7th gym. Again, basically just fought the mandatory trainers and a couple of extra ones, but no, like, just grinding in the wild or anything like that. Again, Gen 1's just very easy, and Emily's very strong. She's a top percentage of Rattatas. Again, I might try to do this in a future generation, or a different generation in the future if you guys think I should. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see this in a different game. Maybe it'll be a little bit trickier. Again, don't worry though. This one does still get very tricky. There's still a lot more deaths to come. So we take on Giovanni. Well, we gotta take some people on in his gym first, but then we're gonna take on him. Again, I already battled those two guys. We're just gonna walk on up, take on Giovanni, and again, we're gonna save just in case. We've had no issues with Giovanni so far in the run, but we always could. So we're gonna save just in case that way we can restart and try him again. Again, Emily is great, but she does sometimes struggle. So again, Giovanni sends out the Rhyhorn. No surprise there. He's been sending out Rhyhorns the whole time. We just use Dig, and let's see what happens. Are we gonna kill it? Are we gonna kill it? Yeah, we do, because Emily's great. Again, Bubble Beam might have been more damage there. I'm not real sure, but we did Dig just the same. Bubble Beam's definitely gonna be more damage against Dugtrio with it just being ground type. So again, just went ahead and did it right there. And killed the Dugtrio. Still have no damage taken against Giovanni after 2 Pokemon, which is a pretty good start. Again, Emily grew to level 56, and Nidoqueen comes out. Again, do Bubble Beam. Again, trying to see exactly how it goes down. Does about half damage, not too bad. Body Slam doesn't do near as much damage as it could have. Again, when I saw Body Slam to the face, I got a little worried, but again, Nidoqueen didn't do anything against our beautiful Emily. Again, the real queen of this run. And again, Bubble Beam eventually takes out Nidoqueen. The king comes out. Again, he needs a new queen because Emily is the queen we all deserve. And again, Emily gets a crit on Nidoking, does a lot of damage, takes him out, no real issue. Only 2 Bubble Beams instead of 3. Again, he's dead. Emily is not. Rhydon comes out, last Mon. Gonna use Dig instead. Missed the Fissure, which was really good. It would have been a pain in the butt to get fissured. And then goes out and go ahead and does Bubble Beam to finish off the Rhydon. And again, we have our 8 gym badges with really less than 8 deaths. I think 5 or 6 deaths. And again, no huge surprises, no huge problems. We're gonna take on the rival for the second to last time. Again, he's a little bit trickier this time than he has been in the past. But again, still nothing like what he could be if we get a chance to face him in the Elite Four. Again, I'm not looking forward to that battle. I know he'll give us some major problems. Again, Lion T is the name of our rival. If you haven't checked out Lion T's channel yet, you definitely should. He's awesome. Okay, Emily goes out, does a Thunderbolt. Will she one-shot? She's one-shot Pidgeot a couple times before. She unfortunately cannot one-shot this time, but that's okay. Wing Attack luckily doesn't do too much damage, and the Thunderbolt takes out Pidgeot this second try. Okay, next out after Pidgeot is his second mon, a Rhyhorn. Again, we just killed a couple Rhyhorns. We know what to do with those. We're going to do a Bubble Beam, and Rhyhorn is Bapu Beam. Finished! Next out is his Growlithe. Again, we've killed enough Growlithes. We know what to do with that. We're just going to do a Dig. Oh, you're so much faster than us. Nobody cares. Dig and dead. Again, Rival, no issues so far. Barely taking any damage. Emily's up to level 57. And we are almost ready to take on the Elite Four. We just gotta do a couple more mons. Again, Hyper Fang against the Execute. Ooh, unfortunately are not able to one-shot this time. But again, do a decent bit of damage and take him out before he can use a Solar Beam against us. Then his second to last mon, Alakazam, comes out. Again, a very fast mon, but we're still able to outspeed. But unfortunately, we missed the Hyper Fang. Reflect does increase his defense, but it's still gonna be no huge issue. We one-shot him, and we are ready to face his Blastoise, his starter, the end of the run, or end of the road, and Thunderbolt comes out and does not do half damage, which is a little bit of a pain. He's about to use Skull Bash, got a little scary. I went ahead and did Dig. I didn't want to take that Skull Bash. I knew Dig wasn't going to do a whole lot of damage. I just wanted to miss his attack. He uses Withdraw, doesn't matter at all. We use Thunderbolt and take him out. Again, got through the rival without too many issues. Again, his AI is not as good as Emily. Emily's just wonderful. Now we are taking on the Elite Four. The goal is to take the Elite Four out all in one go without saving it in between battles. I don't know if for sure we're going to be able to do that, but that is our goal. We're going to take on Lorelei first and just see how it goes. If we don't take her out the first time, we'll just try on again. Again, she sends out the Dugong. Thunderbolt does a decent bit of damage. Again, not quite as much as I would have hoped for. Again, our level advantage is completely gone. We are level 59. Again, I could level up some more. In fact, I realized after the run I have about 5 rare candies just sitting in my pack, but I'm not going to do that. Again, I finally got to the point where I'm not over leveled and I'm ready to take on the Elite Four. Again, got the Dugong down, got the Cloyster about half down. He starts using Spike Cannon, which is a pretty annoying move. He's going to do a decent bit of damage. And again, we're not doing any healing in battle, which is going to make the Elite Four a little tricky. But again, he finally finished that. We take the Cloyster out. We got a decent, actually very little bit of health left, but that's okay. We're ready to take on the Slowbro. Can we get through? Now, Slowbro has a lot of special, because especially since he is a Psychic type Mon. So that doesn't do a whole lot of damage, and then he raises his special once again. So again, very little damage done, and then he uses a Growl, so I can't even go switch into Hyper Fang. So I just try my best to keep on doing Thunderbolt. I do get the paralysis off. Unfortunately, he uses a Super Potion. I use a Hyper Fang even though he's done Growl. Now he has 2 Growls in because I missed a Hyper Fang, and I just go back to Thunderbolt. I'm like, forget it. Hyper Fang's not going to do anything. Thunderbolt's at least super effective. Again, I hope you don't mind hearing this red bar noise. We're going to hear it a lot the rest of this run. Again, we're struggle bussing and we lose to the Slowbro. So I try again. We're out against the Slowbro once again. I went ahead and just skipped the beginning part of the battle. We use another Thunderbolt. We get past him this time. Awesome. What comes out after the Slowbro is a Jinx. Hopefully no big issue. Jinx is a pretty weak Mon. Again, we go to we go to Hyper Fang instead of Thunderbolt just because it should be able to do a little bit more damage. So yeah, we use Hyper Fang and we are almost one shot, but not quite. That's okay. She's just gonna do some Super Potions, which it's honestly a good thing for her to get rid of her Super Potions now, because I know what her next Pokemon is. Emily gets up to level 60, and Lorelei sends out Lapras, which is not a good Mon for us. It's a very thick Mon, very good defensively. We do Thunderbolt, does almost nothing. He misses a Blizzard, which is great. We do another Thunderbolt. Can we beat this Lapras on the first go against him? Uses a Hydro Pump. Emily, can you live this? Emily, live! Live, Emily, live! 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 She is not. Then we get to Lapras again, he uses a Body Slam, and she dies again. And then a Blizzard. Can she live this one? Can we beat the Lapras once again? Or for the first time? No. Thunderbolt. Okay, Emily goes against the Lapras, has a decent bit of health left. What's Lapras gonna do? He uses another Hydro Pump, and you can probably imagine Emily dies once again. This is where a lot of our deaths start piling up against this Lapras. My thought is if we can just get past the Lapras, we'll be okay. Luckily, we finally faced the Lapras with full health. We got through the rest of the Mons, no issue. He uses a Body Slam. Emily gets almost completely taken out with that crit Body Slam, but not quite. He uses a Thunderbolt. Almost gets the Lapras into the red. Misses a Hydro Pump. Thunderbolt, can it take out the Lapras here? It does not. Oh no! Lapras uses a Super Potion, which is a bad decision. Thunderbolt takes out Lapras, and we have beaten Lorelei. It took us only about 6 or 7 tries. Right here is where I realized I might not be able to do the entire Elite Four in one go. So I went ahead and saved, and I took on Bruno for the first try. Let's hope it's the last one. Again, I'm just going to go ahead and save in between Elite Four members so I don't have to go through it over and over and over again. I am not quite that dedicated to the craft. The Onyx, no huge issue. We still have Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam still going to do a lot of damage. Onyx, Bapu Beep, dead, one shot, no problem. Hitmonchan comes out. Fighting type, super effective against us? Doesn't matter. Hyper Fang does a lot of damage. Would Hitmonchan use a fighting type move? No, because he's an idiot. He uses Ice Punch. We have no issue. X Defend, not a problem. I'm going to kill you right here with a Hyper Fang. Next comes out the Hitmonlee. Can the Hitmonlee do anything more against us? Actually, no. He can't. I do a Hyper Fang. Emily almost kills it in one go. Again, and uses another X Defend, which is completely useless. Another wasted turn. And Emily finishes that off. Again, the Onyx comes out. Before we had no issue, but this one's a little bit higher level. Will Bubble Beam still one-shot it? We're not quite sure. It does. No problem whatsoever. Can we get through Bruno in our first go? Ooh, All Might the Machamp comes out. This is a little scary, but ooh, that did not do a lot of damage. Emily at almost full health. He takes a submission to the face, and there's a crit, and she dies. So we're going to try again. This time we're facing up against the Hitmonlee, and high jump kick to the face, and she dies. This time we just beat the second Onyx. We're about to take on the Machamp. Can we actually win this time? As long as he doesn't have a crit submission, hopefully we can get through it. Again, Hyper Fang, he misses a fissure, thank the Lord. Hyper Fang again, he uses an X Defend instead of attacking. Again, a huge waste of a turn. I know X Defend could help, but it does not here, especially when he does 2 X Defends in a row. And we miss, but he does too, and Hyper Fang comes in clutch at the end. And we kill the Machamp on our third go-round. So again, so far we went through Lorelei about 5 or 6 times. Bruno we only had to go through 3 times, so he's much easier, even though he's a fighting type. Because again, only 3 of his were fighting types, and again, the 2 Onyxes were no issues at all. The only real issue was the Machamp. Next we go on to Agatha to see her. Again, she's called the Ghost type gym leader, but she's really a poison type trainer. Again, all of her are poison type. I finally learned my lesson. I'm going to use Dig against everything. See what happens. Again, we killed the Gengar the first go. No issue whatsoever. Golbat, again, I can't use Dig against him because he's flying type, but I'm going to use Thunderbolt. See if we can one-shot the Golbat with no issue. Not quite, but still did a decent bit of damage. After that, do another Thunderbolt, and Golbat should be taken almost out, all the way to the red. Unfortunately, it does get a Confuse Ray off. Obviously, that can be a little annoying, but we're going to try to do Thunderbolt just the same. We get hit with Confusion, which hurts us a little bit, but it's okay. She goes ahead and sends out Haunter. We use Dig, trying to take out Haunter in one go. Unfortunately, not able to, again, because of the Confusion. Luckily, we do snap out of Confusion. Do a Dig against the Haunter. Dig a tunnel, dig a tunnel. And Haunter is Bapu Beep finished. And next comes back out that Golbat. Almost dead. We do a Bubble Beam just to save some of our PP. We're starting to run low on some stuff. And we shouldn't really need Bubble Beam much more for the run. Arbok comes out, and we do Dig once more. Again, super effective against the poison typing. It took me a while to learn it, but I finally did. It's super effective. And last comes out Gengar. Again, we had no issues with the first Gengar. Can we one-shot this one and beat Agatha on the first try? He uses Nightshade, no problem at all. As long as we can hit a dig, we should still be okay. Again, we still got 35 health. Hit the dig, no problem. Can it go out? No, it doesn't quite. And he outspeeds and uses Nightshade and unfortunately kills Emily. Okay, last try. Again, we're taking on the Gengar. We use Dig once more. Again, does almost all the health, but not quite. He uses Dream Eater instead of Nightshade, then Toxic while we're underground, and we take out Gengar. Again, second try, Agatha, no huge issue so far. Again, Lorelei was the biggest issue with her Lapras, and then Machamp gave us some problems with nothing too major, and we are finished. Okay, now we are going to teach Blizzard to Emily over Bubble Beam. Again, we're about to take on Lance, and it should help out. Again, he's obviously the Dragon Master. He's got 3 Dragon-type Pokemon and a couple Flyers as well. So we'll just kind of see if that'll help us out. We should, again, Bubble Beam doesn't really matter much after we take on those Onyxes of Bruno. So we're taking on Lance for the first try. Again, we haven't been able to beat anybody in the Elite Four yet on their first try. So can we beat Lance on the first try? Maybe. Let's just see. We use a Thunderbolt on Gyarados. It's 4 times super effective. It should be able to one-shot. No issue. It does not. No problem, though. We're going to be okay. He uses a Leer, which could be a little scary near the end of the battle, but for right now, it's not a problem. We do Thunderbolt, and Gyarados is dead. Okay, next Mon he sends out is a Dragonair. Again, we're going to use Blizzard, just try to kill this thing as quickly as possible. Obviously, Blizzard could miss, but it shouldn't be too big of an issue. Again, I don't know exactly what the accuracy is. I actually didn't have too many problems on this run using Blizzard. We one-shot the Dragonair. Not a problem at all. Second Dragonair comes out. We hoping to one-shot again. We're going to do Blizzard just the same. This time, unfortunately, does not quite one-shot. He does hit a Slam for a lot of damage on Emily, but she's okay. Hyper Fang to kill off the Dragonair. Then, the next Pokemon comes out, an Aerodactyl. Can we kill it in one go with the Thunderbolt? We will never know. The takedown takes him out before we get a chance to. Then we take out a Dragonair, and the second go-round, can we take it on? Nope. Hyper Beam kills Emily. We're just going to have a bit of a death montage here for a minute. Dragon Rage comes on against Emily with the second Dragonair once again. Emily's okay, but not quite going to be able to survive the whole battle on 27 health, probably. We're just going to try to see our best. Aerodactyl comes out again, and an Aerodactyl Hyper Beam kills our Emily. Next battle, we try again. We go against the Dragonair. We use a Hyper Fang. We miss. He uses another Hyper Fang. Miss again. He uses Dragon Rage. We're down on 3 health. Can we get through the battle on 3 health? We finally hit a Hyper Fang. Kill the Dragonair. He sends out the Aerodactyl once more. We use Thunderbolt once more. And let's see if we can finally get a one-shot off. This is the first time we really be able to get it off. No, unfortunately we can't. And he uses Hyper Beam, and Emily is dead once more. Here we go. We are facing the Gyarados this time. We're going to use Thunderbolt once more. Again, it should be able to do a lot of damage with it being 4 times super effective. It does. He unfortunately uses Hydro Pump. And again, he gets a crit. And we do not even get past the Gyarados this go around. That's okay. Eventually we'll be able to beat Lance. Okay, we're against the Dragonair this time. We have Slam. We take it like a man. Emily's super strong and kills the Dragonair with the crit Hyper Fang. Then the second Dragonair comes out. We're going to use Hyper Fang instead of Blizzard just to try to save some PP. Also just because it has a little bit better accuracy. And we hit it. And Dragonair is dead. Okay. Next Mon is the Aerodactyl, again giving us a lot of issues. He uses Bite, unfortunately, does a lot of damage, but much less than Hyper Beam would have. And we then had a Thunderbolt, and we almost kill with the crit, but not quite. We're going to go ahead and use Thunderbolt again, really just because it has more accuracy, but he uses a Hyper Potion, so it ended up being a good decision. Okay, another crit and another Thunderbolt. He misses the Supersonic, and we killed the Rattata. Now, this is our first time seeing the Dragonite at the end. Again, Blizzard should be able to do a lot of damage. It's 4 times super effective. Will it be enough? Again, Blizzard does, again, quite a lot of damage, but it's not quite enough to one-shot. He uses Barrier, which is a little scary. We go ahead and do another Blizzard, and we finish off the Dragonite, and that's Bapu Beep finished. We have beaten Lance. We are the champion. Well, at least we would be if it weren't for our stupid ass rival. We're taking on Lion T one last time. Well, I say one last time, but you might be getting used to our little death montages. We'll see if it's actually one last time or not. So Lion T comes out. Same thing as before, he sends out the Pidgeot. We're going to do the same thing as well. We're just going to go ahead and do a Thunderbolt, see what happens. Again, Thunderbolt does a decent bit of damage, but not quite as much as we had gotten accustomed to. Again, his Pidgeot's level 61 and we're only level 62. We are not over leveled at all, which is not helping us out very much. Then we use Thunderbolt for the 3rd time and finally take out the Pidgeot. Okay, can we take out his next mon? Again, we're 1 down, only 5 more to go. He sends out the Alakazam, and Alakazam outspeeds us. Oh no! He uses Psychic, and Emily is down. Okay, first go round finished. Okay, we're taking on once again. He's gonna use. We're gonna use Blizzard this time instead of Thunderbolt to try to get Pidgeot down in only 2 hits instead of 3. Especially he's about to do Sky Attack, so we need to take him out ASAP. We go ahead and still do a Thunderbolt. It should be enough to finish it all off, and it luckily is. So Pidgeot is down. We are up to level 63 once more, and again taking on the Alakazam. And again he uses Psychic, and we are not happy about it. Can we survive this hit? We do with just a little bit of health. We'll Hyper Fang one-shot. We've one-shot quite a few Alakazams. We got a crit, and we are able to. He then sends out the Rhydon. We no longer have Bubble Beam, so we are forced to either use Blizzard or Dig. We miss the Blizzard. We decide to just go ahead and use Dig then, and we are able to do a good bit of damage, but probably not quite as much as Bubble Beam would have. This is the one mon that we're kind of regretting not having Bubble Beam, but it's okay. We get him finally finished with a few digs. Okay, next mon comes out, Arcanine. Again, we haven't had any issues with his Growlithe the entire time. Well, we have issues with the Arcanine. Again, not able to quite one-shot, and unfortunately the takedown does kill Emily. Let's try again. Okay, we're taking on the Executor. We finally beat the Arcanine the next try. We're going to take on the Executor. Again, the main issue for this battle is the Executor, actually. So we use Hyper Fang a few times, trying to take him out so that we can get him out of the way to take on the Blastoise. His Stomp do a lot of damage. We miss the Hyper Fang, and Stomp kills Emily. Let's try again. So we get past the Executor, we take on the Blastoise, we use Thunderbolt, and not that much damage, and he's gonna use a Hydro Pump. Oh no, please don't kill Emily, don't kill. He kills. So we're basically at the point where if we take any hits, we die. Alakazam, again, uses Side Beam on us, and again, Emily dies. Next battle. We are facing the Executor again this time, and this time we're going to go ahead and just use Hyper Fangs once more, see if we can get through it. Maybe we can actually get through it without taking too much damage and be able to take on the Blastoise because of it. Again, we get a crit Hyper Fang, but then we get put to sleep. Our luck is not good. We do wake up next turn, but not before we get hit by a barrage of seeds. And again, we're hit 3 times, but we do finally beat the Executor, and we are taking on the Blastoise. Unfortunately, not with a whole lot of health. We take on a Thunderbolt. Again, our best bet is to get a crit Thunderbolt and then a miss of a Hydro Pump, and unfortunately he does not miss, and Emily is dead once more. Let's try once again. We've used Blizzard, and now we're going to use Hyper Fang. We get a crit Hyper Fang, and Stomp kills us. And then we get to Blastoise, and Blizzard does kill us. Okay, we now facing against Executor again, and Stomp kills us. Okay, this is getting to be a little tiresome. But we are against the Blastoise with 1 health, and we do get that crit Thunderbolt, and he uses a withdrawal. What an idiot! Thunderbolt goes out, we kill the Blastoise! It took us about 10 or 15, I think probably close to 20 tries actually. I just didn't show them all to you. But we finally kill the Blastoise. It is game. We have gotten all the way through Pokemon Blue with only a Rattata. We got through the entirety of the Elite Four, starting off with like a level 59 Rattata. Again, we did it. We can do it. Emily is trying to evolve. We're still not going to let her. She's a Rattata through and through. She can't help it. You know what I just learned? Rattatas are really strong. In fact, we need to add 1 more to our team. Let's go grab another Rattata. This one won't be quite as good as Emily, but she'll still be wonderful. I forgot we're still only at 4 health. It's fine. We need to throw out our Master Ball so that we don't get killed by this wild Rattata. That would be super embarrassing. We're going to throw out our Master Ball, and we caught this last Rattata. Should we name it? What should we name it? Guys, we did it. We beat the game with just a Rattata. Thank you guys for watching.